There's breaking news out of the Vatican as Pope Francis has said that those who oppose his document on the blessing of same-sex couples, fiducia supplicans, quote, belong to a small ideological group, and that the church in Africa is a special case because of its culture. A lot of people are very concerned about his stigmatizing Africa that way because it's not about the faith that those bishops opposed it. He's attributing it all to the culture, when we know, according to the testimony of the African bishops themselves, it is indeed about the faith. And yes, their culture happens to be in line with it, but it's unbelievable that he's doing that. It was in an interview with the newspaper La Stampa that Pope Francis made these remarks. He addressed the criticism of the controversial Vatican Declaration, Fiducia Supplicans, and he said, and I quote, "Those who vehemently protest," and he's talking about the document, "belong to a small ideological groups," he said. Now, the Pope described the Catholic Church in Africa as a special case since for them, homosexuality is something ugly from a cultural point of view. They do not tolerate it, according to the English translation of the interview that was on Vatican News. You can go check out more on this by Andreas Welzer from LifeSite News. The Pope added that, "I trust gradually everyone will be reassured about the spirit of the declaration, which aims to include and not divide, invites us to welcome and then entrust people and to trust in God," he said. And this is absolutely unbelievable because the small ideological groups opposed to it, of course, include a huge number of the faithful, of cardinals, and so on. In fact, Andreas Welzer has listed, if you go to the top left-hand side of lifesitenews.com on the website, you will see the listing of bishops for and against it. So contrary to Pope Francis's claims that opponents of fiducia supplicans consist of small ideological groups, a substantial number of bishops, priests, and other clergymen, as well as notable Catholic scholars, have publicly criticized the Vatican document. And those include none other than the former head of the Congregation for Doctrine of Faith, the document that this congregation comes out of, Cardinal Gerhard Muller. Also, Cardinal Robert Serra, the former prefect of the Congregation for Divine Worship and Discipline of the Sacraments. And so you're talking about two just having retired former heads of the Vatican dicasteries themselves. Along with those two cardinals, there's Cardinal Joseph Sen, the Emeritus Archbishop of Hong Kong, Cardinal Daniel Sturla, Archbishop of Montevideo in Uruguay, Bishop Athanasius Schneider, and Archbishop Thomas Peta from the Archdiocese of St. Mary in Astana, Kazakhstan, Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano, former papal nuncio to the United States, Archbishop Hector Aguirre, the Emeritus Archbishop of La Plata in Argentina, one of the confreres of Bishop Bergoglio when Pope Francis was Archbishop in Buenos Aires. And there are many, many more bishops from all over the world. Please go to lifesitenews.com. Check out the article by Andreas Welzer. For LifeSite News, this is John Henry Weston. And may God bless you.